Welcome to the channel at Jaden Chase. Now with Andrew Holness seemingly running out of options, people are saying that the crime plan proposed by Reneto Adams seems to be the only crime plan seen from the perspective of law enforcement officers who are actually on the ground doing the work. Think about it. Majority of the people who put certain policies in place are not actual officers who walk these communities. Now, may I ask you the question, do you think that Adams should have either been given the role of police commissioner or at least been brought on by the government as a security consultant to the commissioner and the minister of security? May I make you hear me that say, and they will contain the reasoning. Look and listen.
Yes.
The people are calling for you. The people are clamoring for you. Some have even signed a petition for you to be the new commissioner of police. But in your mind, Mr. Adams, does that make sense?
At last, and for the first time, a police commissioner who will be leading my own operation. A massive operation through Jamaica, 1 month for that matter, parish to parish.
But certainly these criminals nowadays are different, Mr. Adams.
They are different. How? These are what I would call some little wicked boys. They don't know strategies in criminality. They are just wicked and they have gone to fire it on people. If they get strong police leadership and action, we repel them. So what? We have them arrested, prosecuted, sent to jail. Those who do not comply.
But there are other structures within the society, you know. There are things like Indicom, there are things like the human rights groups,
yes,
who are going to say that Adams is not the right person at this time.
Well, they can say it. They have always been saying it. I have never been accused of any breach of human rights.
How many persons have you killed, Mr. Adams?
Hold on, let me finish that. Where I have not been absolved at the highest court in this land. So that nothing is on my record.
How many persons have you killed, Mr. Adams?
I think that is a subjective statement, a question, you know. Yeah. I personally don't kill. I am an agent of the state. And when I go out on duty or on patrol and my men, and somebody is killed in confrontation with the police, who made it their point of duty to have us killed, and we defended ourselves in making a reaction to their action, and they died. I don't say it's Reneto Adams. I've never asked anybody to search, the forensic people to search, whether it was my gunshot, yes or no. That is not my interest. So to answer you, if I had ever killed anybody, may have been or may not have been.
Mr. Adams, you have a 12-point plan. In 1 minute, can you summarize that for the country?
Oh Lord, 12-point plan. Let me see if I can run through it. Quickly. Give me some. Let me. And the action. Like I said before, the corruption is so massive in the western section of Montego Bay. I mean, of the country. So, like I said, a massive rotation, demotion, reversion, transfer, replacement, training, staffing. That's one. 2, create a brain trust bank, online as well as through other contact communications for us to gather intelligence. So people will phone in, people will go online, whatever intelligence they have to offer, you go. I have a team to study that every morning, and immediately these intelligence come in, we send out people to deal with them. 3, massive rotation of senior police personnel and middle management, many of whom are square pegs in round holes. So we make sure that people are placed in position of responsibility and leadership. These based on merit, performance, integrity, their capacity to lead the men and women under their command.
Mr. Adams.
Yes?
I have a producer named Rohan Daly, and he's putting us on a little bit of pressure for the time. However,
okay,
what message do you have at the moment for the criminals who are wreaking havoc in this country of Jamaica?
Well, I'm going to be very nice today. If I were, put it this way, even from tonight, whether it was me who was appointed Commissioner of Police, as of tonight, I'm saying to you, get rid of your guns. Follow the decent path where society has created. Because the response from the police force, which if I were appointed police commissioner to lead, will be massive and devastating in the sense that the law will be implemented. I think what they have taken into consideration is the confidence and faith in me that I probably have the capacity and the ability to give an helping hand to what we are experiencing now as it relates to criminal elements. The Jamaican people have been hijacked, demoralized along the way by criminal elements.
Where would you see where you could help out?
And it would seem to me that we have tried almost everybody. We have not tried everything, but we have tried a few persons well. And we have not achieved that objective. Yes. Based on my experience, based on what I have achieved while I was a police officer for 41 years and 3 months, I think I have something that I can offer to the Jamaican people, because my strategies and my objectives will be far.
Now, of course, Reneto Adams and his style of policing was definitely controversial during its time. Has it or did it yield results though? Well, based on statistics, they are saying that crime and violence is on an increase. So they are stating that from when Adams was policing to now, there's been an increase in crime. Why has Adams not been considered for certain roles within the security forces? Well, Reneto Adams is also not only an outspoken police officer, but also an outspoken police officer about politics. In the ramp talk about the political corruption we see and the effects it have in the force. Is a man in the ramp talk about the corruption we see within the force itself. Is a man who even point out say a whole heap of officers in a certain regions of the country are not fit to be police officers, and this is the high-ranking, highly decorated member or ex-member of law enforcement. I state that some officers are not even fit to be officers. I want to look at a Noel Maitland situation. Can you say he's wrong? Let me also put this forward as well. Training, additional training needs to be given to members of the security forces so they can know how to deal with people. And everybody in these inner city communities are criminals. Just like within the police force, and every officer is a criminal. And every officer try us up on the side. And for teach the next generation we are forward up how to deal with interactions with law enforcement, members of the security forces need to start go into schools, primary schools, high schools, you name it, and teach these young citizens their rights. Teach them what them supposed to can say and do in a situation like that, and the things that they can't. But just putting parishes and communities under states of emergency not work. Adams and his team and other members of law enforcement were able to reduce crime and violence in certain communities without putting the place under any state of emergency. Maybe a curfew here and there. But he states and points out that it was always intelligence gathering when he could have pinpoint and know where these criminals are. How else he would have known him not living in these communities? And some say that is what is missing from the force now. Investigations. You can't just quick for drive going in our community, put everybody in our truck back, carry them to a station, and all of them innocent. That don't make no sense. You waste government resources. The country not produce gas and buy it with taxpayer dollars. You can't just drive up and down for no reason. Investigations must be done. You cannot violate citizens' rights, opening the department or the constabulary force to a suit. And what did them have to give a woman $2 million ad? Officers never do the right thing, and the force they have to pay. And when the force they have to pay, that means the people they have to pay. Them seize only assets, but now I feel like them liquidate them assets have to pay things like this. No, I just from the Ministry of Finance, and as you know, the Ministry of Finance is either spending money borrowed or money gained from tax. So whenever you hear the Ministry of Finance them spend a big money, it's either a piece of money with them borrow or a piece of money from taxpayers. But talk to me in the comment section. I don't feel but Reneto Adams and his statements. If you're new to the channel, so pass through, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course put it on out. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Now until the reason again, live, love, and prosper, and of course stay tuned.